Dear viewers, anxiety has become one of the greatest challenges of contemporary society, affecting millions of people worldwide. Today, I will present to you 10 valuable philosophical lessons that have transcended centuries and can offer a new paradigm in anxiety control. These are teachings that unite ancient wisdom with modern world needs. Throughout this video, we will explore profound concepts presented in a practical and applicable way, developed by great thinkers who dedicated their lives to understanding the human mind and its challenges. I invite you to join me on this journey of self-knowledge and transformation, where each lesson has been carefully selected to provide effective tools in managing anxiety. Follow me in this analysis, as the knowledge I will share might be the difference you've been looking for. Lesson number 1, the principle of Stoic acceptance. The first and most fundamental lesson that philosophy offers us for anxiety control is the principle of Stoic acceptance. This concept, developed by philosophers like Epictetus and Marcus Aurelius, establishes a crucial distinction between what is and what isn't under our control. Anxiety often arises when we try to control the uncontrollable. Notice that most of our worries are related to future events, others' opinions, or external circumstances, elements that are fundamentally outside our sphere of influence. Wisdom lies in recognizing that our true power resides only in our internal responses, our thoughts, judgments, and actions. This understanding isn't passive resignation, but an active reorientation of our mental energy towards what we can effectively influence. Lesson number 2, the Socratic method of questioning. The Socratic method, developed by the Greek philosopher Socrates, offers a powerful tool for deconstructing anxious thoughts. This method consists of systematically questioning our own assumptions and fears. When anxiety arises, we should ask ourselves, what's the real evidence for this thought? What's the probability of this catastrophic scenario actually happening? How have I dealt with similar situations in the past? This process of systematic questioning often reveals that many of our fears are based on unrealistic or distorted premises. By critically examining our anxious thoughts, we begin to notice dysfunctional thought patterns and can actively work to correct them. Lesson number 3, the Buddhist perspective of impermanence. Buddhist philosophy presents us with the fundamental concept of impermanence, the understanding that everything is in constant change. This perspective is particularly valuable in controlling anxiety, as it helps us understand that no mental state or situation is permanent. When we're anxious, we tend to see our current situation as definitive and unchangeable. Understanding impermanence reminds us that just as dark clouds eventually dissipate, our states of anxiety are also transitory. This understanding not only offers comfort during difficult moments, but also helps us develop a more balanced perspective on our experiences. Lesson number 4, the Aristotelian concept of the golden mean. Aristotle taught us that virtue lies in the balance between extremes. When we apply this principle to anxiety control, we understand that it's not about completely eliminating worry, which would be irresponsible, nor about letting it dominate us. Anxiety at appropriate levels can be a useful alert mechanism. The goal is to find the balance point where worry keeps us alert and prepared without paralyzing our capacity for action. This Aristotelian golden mean invites us to develop a healthier relationship with our anxiety, recognizing it as a natural function of our mind that needs to be moderated, not eliminated. Lesson number 5, the Stoic practice of negative visualization. The Stoics developed a technique called premeditatio malorum, the premeditation of adversities. This practice consists of consciously visualizing challenging scenarios and our response to them. Paradoxically, by mentally facing our concerns, we reduce their power over us. This technique helps us develop internal resources to deal with difficult situations and decreases anxiety by familiarizing us with our fears. It's important to note that the goal isn't to feed negative thoughts, but rather to develop resilience and emotional preparation. Lesson number 6, the Epicurean principle of conscious pleasure. Epicurus, often misinterpreted, taught us about the importance of simple and conscious pleasures as an antidote to anxiety. His philosophy emphasizes that true happiness lies not in the constant pursuit of more, but in the conscious appreciation of the present moment. To control anxiety, we must cultivate the ability to find satisfaction in everyday experiences. A peaceful meal, a meaningful conversation, moments of silence. This practice helps us slow down the constant flow of worries and anchor our attention in the present. Lesson number 7, the Hegelian dialectic of transformation. Hegel presented us with the concept that every transformation process involves thesis, antithesis, and synthesis. Applying this principle to anxiety, we can see our moments of worry not as failures, but as part of a larger process of personal growth. Anxiety thesis meets its antithesis in our coping strategies, leading to a synthesis, a new level of understanding and balance. This perspective helps us see moments of anxiety as opportunities for development, not just negative experiences to be avoided. Lesson number 8, the phenomenological method of observation. Phenomenology, developed by philosophers like Husserl and Merleau-Ponty, teaches us the importance of direct observation of our experiences. When we apply this method to anxiety, we learn to observe it with curiosity and detachment, noting its physical and mental manifestations without completely identifying with them. This practice of conscious observation helps us develop a more objective relationship with our anxious states, reducing their power over us. Lesson number 9, the ethics of self-care. Foucault developed the concept of care of the self as a fundamental ethical practice. In the context of anxiety control, this means developing a relationship of conscious and compassionate self-care. It includes establishing healthy boundaries, cultivating habits that promote well-being, and recognizing when we need help. This approach reminds us that anxiety control isn't just about mental techniques, but part of a broader commitment to our integral well-being. Lesson number 10, the practical synthesis of wisdom. Our 10th and final lesson represents the pinnacle of our philosophical journey in anxiety control. This synthesis isn't just a recapitulation, but a deep and practical integration of all the concepts we've explored, transforming them into an applicable method for daily life. Think of your mind as a garden. Some areas may benefit from Stoic discipline, others from Buddhist acceptance, and still others from Socratic inquiry. The key lies in developing the discernment to know which tool to use at each moment. As Seneca taught, each must examine their own nature and adapt their methods to it. Real transformation doesn't happen through isolated theoretical knowledge, but through consistent application. As Aristotle would say, we are what we repeatedly do. Excellence, therefore, is not an act, but a habit. This involves establishing a daily routine of reflections, maintaining a journal of insights, and regularly reviewing your strategies, adjusting them when necessary. Remember, true wisdom in anxiety control isn't about achieving a permanent state of tranquility, but about developing a more conscious and balanced relationship with our emotional experiences. As Carl Jung taught, until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate. These 10 philosophical lessons offer us a path to a healthier relationship with our anxiety. Remember, the goal isn't to completely eliminate anxiety, but to develop a deeper understanding and effective tools to manage it. As Marcus Aurelius said, the happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. Hey there, family. Before we wrap up, let me ask you something real quick. How many times have you let life-changing opportunities slip away because you didn't have the right tools? If today's content resonated with you and you want to continue this journey of self-discovery and personal growth, hit that bell icon and turn on all notifications. This way, you won't miss any content that could be exactly the push you need. And if this video added value to your life, smash that like button. It really helps the algorithm spread this message to others who need to hear it too. Subscribe to the channel and share it with someone who needs this message today. Sometimes a simple video can completely change someone's perspective. This is Sage Path, and I'll see you in the next video.